Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Okay, what is up, people? Welcome back to another live stream. Hope everyone is doing well this Thursday morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you are on this earth. But yeah, guys, welcome back to another stream. Hope everyone's well. As always, guys, if you are enjoying the content, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and make sure you do hit the bell so you don't miss out on any streams or uploads in the future. But guys, hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to the stream. Game City, what is up? Good afternoon. CEO 1FX, what is up? We'll take a look at dollar yen, no problem. Good morning, William. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Yes, we'll take a look. Oh, about to enter USD CAD. Yeah, USD CAD is looking good. We'll go into it in a bit more detail. What's up, Sculpey? Okay, no problem, my man. Okay, change of plan. I'm sticking about. Just like that, we've convinced them. Okay, so yeah, we'll take a look at dollar CAD and dollar not CHF, dollar yen. What's up, Tashi? Welcome to the stream. Good morning. I'll take a look at dollar CAD since I'm on it right now. But yeah, this is a great place because we were talking about dollar CAD yesterday, as you were looking to short, I think maybe last week or earlier this week. And yeah, we have approached the extreme. So this is essentially what I was talking about, waiting for price to come to extremes before looking to short. Because if price is going to maintain these lower highs, which we've been pretty constant with, one over there, second over there, third, fourth, and potentially a fifth, which is forming right about now, then you would expect price to hold this. This is price pulling to extreme. You've extended price and we're likely to snap back to the mean, which is the whole idea, of course, of mean reversion. Of course, nothing's perfect. I would anticipate a stop loss above the high here. If you were to take that stop loss out, it probably means that price actually wants to reverse anyway. So if that's the case, you want to move out the way, let price do what it wants to do. But at least you give yourself kind of maximum opportunity, or a very good opportunity at least. Should we hold this area, you're looking at a pretty nice move back down to the low, potentially this low here as well. So your risk reward is also looking pretty attractive there as well. So in terms of location, it's in a very, very nice spot to trade. And in terms of the rejection, we're seeing 4H is looking pretty good. Hourly's looking pretty good. This would be a nice entry candle there on the hourly chart a couple of hours ago. But yeah, I'm liking the price action there. It's a good location. It makes a lot of sense for some shorts there for dollar CAD. And of course, should we break higher, it probably means that dollar CAD doesn't want to sell off anyway. So at that point, of course, manage your risk. So yeah, dollar CAD shorts do look good. I like them. I like them a lot. In terms of dollar yen, we have seen some downside for the yen pairs, which have been interesting. We'll take a look at a bunch of them in a moment. USD not as much as some of the other yen pairs, which we'll get into in a moment. But we have seen some type of a relief there. Again, nothing too crazy. I'm drawing the fib from the high to the low there. We've got the 50% all the way down here. I kind of want to see price at least tag the 50 before I start getting interested in buying it back up again. So for me, this is not a big enough retracement for me to get too excited. It is retesting the high here, so that could prove to be strong support and send price back up again. Like I said, it lacks other confluence, so I'm not really too interested with dollar yen. But I'm still very bullish on the pair. I'm still only looking for buying opportunities. If you're asking what I'm looking for in the pair, it would be a bigger drop off in price, at least at 50 on the fib. There's no kind of real key level around there. So in all honesty, I'll probably be looking at other pairs. I am looking at other pairs. But yeah, this pullback is not big enough for me to get too excited. So I would like to see a bit more downside for dollar yen. Like I said, we could still bounce from here, but it's not the best pullback in the world. Pound Aussie, we'll take a look. Malik, welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Looking to go short pound Aussie. Yeah, I was looking at pound Aussie as well this morning. Price action wasn't that great. We did come up to the area I was describing yesterday, but I want to see a bit more emphasis on the rejection, so I'll get to that in a second. What's up, more? Welcome to the stream. Here's a final position. Yeah, I was looking to actually buy Euro Yen, but I decided to get into Euro USD instead. I didn't want to buy both Euro USD and Euro Yen at the same time, because that's pretty much when I got the entry signal for both of them. But it was a nice hourly rejection, or even 4 hours well of the high here. So this is basically the setup I was discussing yesterday. A nice pullback from the 4 hour perspective. You just about tagged the 50, came to a nice prior resistance, turn support, big wick rejection there on the 4H time frame. A really nice bullish engulf in there as well. So that would have been my entry. Stop loss just below that wick there. But at the same time, I did get an entry signal on Euro USD at the same time, which was this candle there. Appreciate that, Alberto, for subscribing. So yeah, I got an entry signal there at the same time. So I was weighing up, should I take Euro Yen, should I take Euro USD? And since I've been trading Euro USD quite a lot, I just said, let me just stick with Euro USD for now. Because for me, they were both just as good as each other. Nice deep pullbacks, good entry signals. So yeah, I just went with Euro USD because I've been trading that one more recently. And again, they're both Euro pairs, so I expect something similar. Of course, we'll see what USD and JPY has. But yeah, Euro Yen's looking pretty good. I was also looking at CAD Yen as well. But yeah, let me go take a look at GA, because GA was another pair I was looking to trade. A lot of pairs kind of setting up this morning, actually. Let me just start again. A lot of pairs setting up this morning. GA, Euro Yen, Euro USD. Decided just to stick with Euro USD. But yeah, in all honesty, GA wasn't quite there for me. It did come back into the high, back into the level I'm trading from. Essentially, I'm looking for another lower high for pound Aussie. We've been pretty consistent with the lower highs here. And essentially, I'm looking for another one to form. And we have come into a prime place for that. A bit of a fake out there, another lower high. Looking for another one, for another rollover. So that's the idea. That's the plan with pound Aussie. And we have come up in a nice area to do that. The only thing I've been waiting for is just some strong rejection back at the high here. Yes, it's a nice wick. It would be nicer if this wick was piercing the high. So if we were piercing the high and then pulling back inside, sort of what we did yesterday. We kind of pierced that low really aggressively and pulled back inside. That then in turn gave a really nice buy opportunity to take it back up. So I'm kind of hoping for the exact opposite, closer to the high, because as I drop to the hourly chart as well, yeah, hourly chart just looks a bit stale as well, kind of throwing wicks up and down, not a lot of bearish momentum as well, still arguably a lot of strong bullish momentum present, not seeing such strong rejection either, or good entry signals on the hourly chart either. So pound Aussie still at an area which I'm definitely interested in a short, but I need to see more rejection on the hourly /4H for me to take a trade. But I'm keeping an eye on it because it's not really correlated to a pair I'm trading, Euro USD, pound Aussie, no kind of direct correlation there. So I'm more than happy to jump into pound Aussie short if I get a good signal. Otherwise, of course, I'll stay out. But in terms of location, great. Just need to see a bit more in terms of that rejection and a shift in momentum. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with pound Aussie. Should be a great day, bro. I feel that. Hopefully. We do have a lot of dollar news this afternoon, so yeah, a bit of excitement this afternoon because we could see a lot of movement, especially dollar related. Raymond, please can you analyze pound USD short thing? We'll take a look. Joseph, good morning. Hope you're well. Hope you get a great trade, bro. Appreciate you too, man. I mean, you've already got a great trade with Euro Yen, but let's hope it continues higher. Because I still think there's a good chance Euro Yen gets the wick. I think very, very high chance we get to the wick and we take out that high there. I think for price to suddenly just want to turn around, of course, anything can happen. But I think that's a bit more of a unexpected move than price kind of just continuing to the upside. There'll be a lot of liquidity above the high here. Then maybe price might want to reverse after that. So, yeah, I think we still got a good chance for more upside. And that goes for most yen pairs as well. I'll take a look at pound USD. Just took pound USD this morning. Wasn't sure between Euro USD, but trusting pound USD. Yeah, I was looking at pound USD, but I didn't retrace enough for me to consider buying it. This is the area I was talking about yesterday at 1.262. Well, yeah, 1.262. This is the area I was looking to buy. I had some nice confidence there. As I draw the fib from the low to the high, we just about got into the 50% there. So this for me was a really, really nice level should we get there to buy it back up, and we still could. Yeah, I do like the retracement. It was nice. Some aggressive momentum which kind of slowly dissipated, and I really like the candlestick here on the 4H. We kind of slowed down for momentum, big wick kind of taking out the lows here, which would be like early London Asian session. And now we had a big shift in momentum, and of course we are respecting the prior low here as well. So I do think pound USD's got enough in it to see a push up. Whether that push up will be to new highs, not too sure about that, but we could see a push up, maybe back to this area, and then we see what price does. Do we roll back over, or do we just accelerate through the area? But I'm kind of looking at a similar move for Euro USD as well. I do think Euro's got enough in it to get back to this area, which is where I'll go to break even. And then we'll see what happens next. Do I get trailed out, break even, or does price push on? Sort of like my trade from last week. Nice move here. This is when I went to break even. Did see some continuation, managed to trail my stop loss a little bit, and then I was taken out for a small profit. So now I'm having part two, second stab at it. We'll see what price does. Slightly deeper. I like the fact that we took out the lows there as well. So maybe that could help with a move higher. But we'll see. Again, I think it does come back to what dollar wants to do. Of course, dollar is the driving force of the dollar currency pairs. So if dollar wants to keep falling, then we'll be in the money. If dollar decides it wants to turn, then yeah, I think both pound USD, Euro USD will turn around with it. But yeah, in terms of pound USD, my prime place for a long is still the 1.262 area, which is down here, which is why I wasn't really interested in buying it in the first place. Not that it isn't a good buy and you shouldn't buy it. It's just that's where I pre-planned to buy it. So anywhere else is not really in my horizon. But Euro USD this is the level I bought last week. I said if it gets there again, I'll look to see what we do, and if it looks good, I'll enter. So that's why I choose Euro. But of course, very similar pairs, so yeah, they'll do similar things 9 times out of 10. Okay, so Euro CAD, dollar CHF, we'll take a look. Swiss was very strong today. You're some ICT concept nowadays? No, I do not trade ICT. Again, we all kind of trade similar ideas, really. We're looking at the same chart. Of course, there's different ways to skin a cat, but at the end of the day, we're all doing the same thing. Really, we're trying to buy where buyers are and sell where sellers are. So there will be times where strategies overlap, but I haven't looked at a single ICT video ever, so I wouldn't know. Of course, I've seen some clips online on Instagram, but I haven't. That's not my strategy. So no. But yeah, EuroCAD, dollar CHF. I'll go through some CHF pairs because they're interesting, and I'll go through some more yen pairs as well because we've seen a bit of a relief for both of them. Both those currency pairs have been very bullish, but it looks like they're taking a breather today. So yeah, EuroCAD. Last time I checked, this one was still very corrective. Yeah, still very corrective. So I'm not looking to follow this move here. There's not enough momentum for me to follow that and take buy opportunities there. No problem, Sculpey. Have a good one, man. So yeah, with EuroCAD, we did see a lot of upside, but price is kind of just, it's too corrective for my liking. Excuse me. I was looking for the break and retest of the high of the range here, which essentially was the plan, waiting for a big breakout. And then I'll be looking for opportunities to look for a retest, and the breakout just hasn't been strong enough for my liking. It's been very, very corrective, and I've always preached about if you're looking for breakouts in your trading, you want to look for breakouts with strong momentum. You want to look for breakouts with conviction. Those are the best ones to follow. Of course, nothing's perfect. There'll still be fake outs within that as well, but at least a breakout like this could still work, but it's not something that has great characteristics, and I wouldn't class it as a high probability trade. So I would anticipate something like this to happen, but because of how we've broken out, it's not going to be a market that I look to trade or an idea I look to trade, just because I know the probability is a little bit lower due to the way we've broken out. But support is support at the end of the day. If price wants to hold support, it will, and I would anticipate more upside. I do think longer term EuroCAD, we've got a good chance of getting back to the high at 1.50068. So longer term, that's what I'm expecting. So what I'm kind of hoping for EuroCAD is that we pick up some momentum from somewhere, big push up, and then maybe I look for the next pullback and get involved there. Because then we've got some momentum and some conviction, and that could be attractive to follow. But right now, yeah, that's not exciting me too much. But yeah, EuroCAD I would be bullish on, but just not seeing opportunities just yet to trade, or opportunities that I would say are good enough for me to trade. USD CHF, that one fell off a cliff a little bit. Like I said, CHF was very strong. So we'll take a look at some other CHF pairs. As we can see, huge moves to the downside with this 4H candle, completely obliterated everything. I'm looking to see what we do, because I was looking for buys yesterday, but I kind of wanted to see a bigger wick, tag the 50 and then pull back up. The fact they've got such a big close and we closed underneath the level does reduce the quality of the setup. So I'm kind of a bit on the fence with looking to long USD-CHF, especially for all this momentum right now. I need to see a lot of rejection here for me to take a buy, and I need to get Euro USD to break even first as well. So that needs to happen too. But essentially, I was looking for the retest of this area. Hopefully, we can tag 50 and then see some upside. But we've kind of obliterated that level a little bit. So it's an interesting buy. I would only be looking to buy dollar CHF right now. But yeah, with that candle, it's not looking too good to long unless we see some really strong rejection. But then again, we're not even above that level as well. So yeah, if anything, we could probably see some intraday sell opportunities if we have a bit of a pullback, a bit of a relief. Something like that I could expect intraday. Not a trade that I'll be looking for, but because of this move here, you expect to see some relief. And now this will be resistance, of course, so we could see some follow through after that as well. So yeah, USD-CHF I kind of would be favoring some more downside. Yeah, I'm not totally bearish on the pair because we haven't really broken any structure yet, but can probably look for a shorter term trade there on the lower time frames. Okay, we'll take a look at NZD USD as well. Any update on the challenge? Yeah, I mean, the challenge is still around the same balance because, I mean, slightly bit more in profit because I did take a small one in Euro USD, but then I've hopped into where is it? Hopped into Euro USD again today, so we'll see how that one goes. But this is the challenge so far, so that's the Euro USD trades. I don't know if you can see the balance there. It's 96,197. And of course the equity 248, but that's the current trade we've got going so far. But I haven't been very active trading the challenge because I'm quite busy at the moment. But hopefully once everything's up and running in a couple of months, I can get a bit more active on it. Excuse me, my voice is still quite croaky. So yeah, I'll take a look at NZD USD. What's up, Dakalo? I'm new, but I'm feeling comfortable in this life class. Good to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. So yeah, NZD USD, another dollar pair. I think again, dollar's just the main dictator here, really. Because we have seen some rejection this morning to the upside across the dollar pairs, NZD a little bit of upside, Euro a bit of upside, Pound a bit of upside, Aussie dollar, so on and so forth. So, and of course dollar Swiss fell, but I think that's more due to CHF. So, excuse me, we're kind of seeing price react to some dollar weakness. Will this sustain? Will we keep going? NZD USD is not looking that particularly good to me. I like the level down here, which I've been talking about for the past couple of weeks now. This is still my number one area for a long. I like to see if we can get down to this level, and then I'm looking for a reaction to get involved. Nice brief consolidation before we had a big breakout higher. And now I'm looking for a correction of that. We broke structure as well on the left a couple of weeks back, and now I'm looking for the next higher low for move up. I know we're approaching some support right now, but it doesn't hold as much significance, as much importance as this area would here, because again, brief consolidation, really strong breakout to the upside. This is momentum that I want to follow. If you can kind of compare it to EuroCAD, a lot more conviction here. So should we get there, I think we've got a good chance for a bounce. So yeah, ends the USD. I'm bullish on, but not really liking where we're trading. Sure, we might hold it as support. We might see some upside from here, but I would have much more confidence if we were trading down here and looking for a long. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with ends of the USD. What's up, Casperio? Welcome to the stream. Gold has dipped quite a bit. Any interest in buys? Yeah, I did see that with gold. I was considering some buys with gold, to be honest, but I prefer to go with Euro USD. Again, still looking at pretty much the same idea, looking to see some dollar weakness and pushing up against dollar. So yeah, Euro USD was on my watch list. Gold was on my watch list as well. I was hoping for a bit deeper of a move for gold, in all honesty. But Euro kind of ticked all the boxes, so I kind of took Euro USD longs instead. But I do like what I'm seeing with gold, because we have taken out the wick low here as well. And that potentially could give us a move higher. I do think gold's going to do what silver's done, which is a big move like this sooner or later. I'd like the wicks there. Hourly chart not looking as good as well. No real price action down the hourly chart, or strong shift in momentum. So that's another reason why I kind of didn't really look too much into gold, which could change, but at the moment, not really seeing that momentum there. So yeah, gold, it's not a bad place. I think it would be very optimistic to expect gold to suddenly rally to the upside like this. I think in reality, a move like this could make a lot of sense. Whether we continue is a bit more up in the air, but we could do something like this and come back down again. So if you're kind of looking to trade this sort of move with gold, I think this is not a bad place for it, and we're seeing some good rejection. So I think a bit more of a shorter term buy looks good. Whether we're just going to form a nice double bottom here and just be on our way, not too sure about that one. Not too sure. Of course, we can only deal in probabilities, and I'm not a fortune teller here. But just judging on price action, I would say we've got a pretty good chance of making it way back to the high here. Anything above that, I think, will be a bonus. And yeah, if we do decide we want to roll over deeper, then I think the buys just become a little bit better. Because I'm expecting something like this to form before we do eventually have that bigger move up. But yeah, I am pretty bullish on gold. So yeah, I do like the buys, but I would be kind of having a bit more of a shorter term buy outlook than a longer term swing, which is kind of what I'm after with gold. Have you done Euro USD yet? I just popped on. Okay, nice. Yeah, I'm ready in Euro USD longs from a couple of hours back. Actually, not a couple of hours back. It would be on the candle close here, so yeah, about an hour and a half. But yeah, I did hop into a long on this candle here. Essentially, it's for all the same reasons why I got into the trade last week over here. It's just that price has come back down to the same area. We failed to take out the wick high over here, so this is why I'm still interested. If we did take out the wick high, then I'll probably be less interested in the trade. But we didn't. We pushed back down, pretty aggressive momentum, but I like the rejection we had in the hourly, and also a nice 4H candle close there as well. We came back into a nice level of resistance here, which is now going to be turned support. And also, we just about took out the low here as well, so I like that. We could use that to our advantage for a move higher as well. So yeah, for me, I do like what I'm seeing for Euro USD. Nice entry signal, came to a nice location, or overextended as well. And I do think, I mean, we passed the 50, I'm sure of it, because we hit it last week. I'm not sure if we quite hit we just about hit 0.618 as well. But we're in that zone, so it's a nice place for a bounce. And the XY's also come back to the high here as well, so naturally there's a good chance of a reaction, which we have seen. will that reaction prolong? Will it continue? That's all waiting to find out. Because I have been talking about DXY coming back to the low here, which we just about missed yesterday. Now is price going to have a second attempt at that? Possibly. Again, we still do have these lower highs. Could be one there. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at for the DXY, and of course the inverse for Euro USD. But in terms of the confidence, in terms of location, I'm liking what we are seeing. So we'll see what happens with that move. And I'm looking to go break even, take risk off the table when we approach this area here. This is where we had a brief pause in the market, and then we spew to the downside of all that momentum. If you can get back there again, I'll take risk off, and then we'll see what price does. So yeah, with pound yen, I'll take a look at that one. Godfrey, good morning, hope you're well. US 30 and GR40, we'll take a look. Andreas, good morning, hope you're well. Any thoughts on CHF? Many pairs on daily/weekly resistance. Looks like a possible setup forming. I agree. Yeah, CHF pairs have been a little bit crazy this morning, so I'll go in them in detail because there's a few that have caught my eye. But let me just take a look at pound Aussie and a couple indices as well. I mean pound yen, sorry. So yeah, pound yen, I said I'm looking to buy this one, but I need a lot more retracement, bigger pullback for me to consider buying. I was talking about price coming to the 50, also coming back into this area here as well. So this is kind of the prime place where I'm looking to buy pound yen. We've come about halfway, so I need price to do the rest of the half before I then start looking to buy closer to 198. Then I'll see what we can do in that area there. Yeah, I am looking for longs. Every single major time frame for pound yen is bullish. Monthly, weekly, daily, all the major time frames are up. So as a swing trader, I'm looking to swing in that direction until proven otherwise. So yeah, I'm looking for a bigger pullback for some longs, and should we see that pullback, I'll be interested. But right now, not really in any area of value for me. I suppose we come back to some areas over here, but again, nothing of any real significance to me. So in my book, pound yen's in a little bit middle of nowhere. Doesn't mean we can't push up. It's just not a trade that will fit the plan well. So looking for a bit more downside and then anticipating some upside for pound yen. But yeah, still very bullish on it. In terms of US 30 has fallen out the sky a little bit. Really big move to the downside, which I was not expecting. But yeah, the impulsivity of the move is really concerning with US 30 because we've come back to the high and we've really tanked off. It's not like a small kind of corrective move down. We've really decided we want to melt. So this is looking like a big double top to me, rather than a textbook pullback. It's looking like a reversal sign, if anything. So with US 30, I would be looking to follow that bearish momentum. I know it hasn't broken through structure yet, but I would be looking for some shorts. Yesterday I said it would be nice if we can have a pullback into this area and then see some downside. Didn't see that happen. Price was just too bearish yesterday as well, and it kept falling. This is still a nice area should we get back there, but it is quite far now. There are some lower time frame areas on the hourly chart. Brief consolidation over here before we did tank. When was this? Oh, that was just how the daily candle was opening. Yeah, this is also a nice place for a short on the lower time frames, and also like this area here for a short as well. But I would be looking at downside for US 30. There's so much momentum here with the bears right now. I would anticipate some relief in that, a bit of a pullback, and then some follow through with that move. I wouldn't try and hold on to the move for too long though. It would just kind of be in the moment with the trend of momentum, because we could still come back into the low here and bounce and completely reverse. But yeah, I would be looking to try and continue this move here. So if you can get pullback on US 30, that does look good for a short to me. That does look good for a short. And GR 30, let's see what the DAX is doing. Okay, so last time I spoke about the DAX, we were trading around here. I said there could be nice for a bounce on that low. Looks like we did not hold that support level. Second area I said was this level here, 18,300. Should we get there? That also looks like a nice place for a long. And yeah, I kind of would stick with that. That's still looking pretty good to me. The way that we've broken through the low here is starting to become a little bit corrective now. This still looks like a nice level since we broke out with great momentum. Never had the retest of that area as well. So I would still be looking for a bounce there, 18,300. For me, this one's still pretty bullish. The fact that we have seen a pretty nice breakout above the high here. So, and the fact that this move is still quite corrective as well tells me there's still a good chance for a bounce higher. At least a bounce worthwhile to take advantage of and take some profit from. Maybe not all the way back to the high and some new highs. But most likely a bounce where we can see a nice reaction, get yourself 1 to 2, 1 to 3, depending on your entry. But yeah, I would be looking at buys closer to that level and some upside. But this to me still looks pretty corrective. Still a lot of momentum in this impulsive move, so looking for a correction and a continuation. But yeah, I would be bullish on the DAX. In terms of the CHF pairs, which have been very crazy, pound CHF is the one that I am liking. Pound CHF is looking really interesting to me. Really big moves to the downside. This is the high I'm looking at. We were speaking on pound CHF yesterday. I remember someone said they were looking to sell. But yeah, now that we have approached 1.15, this is definitely the area which I would be looking for a bounce at least. We've got the nice confluence there coming into the high, of course, prior resistance and it's the downside. New high, now looking for the next higher low. And yeah, should we see some nice rejection at this area? I do think we've got a good chance for a bounce to the upside and see a push back to the high. But yeah, essentially for pound CHF, I'm very bullish on. We've broken through key structure here on the left, taken out all the highs here, and now looking to kind of flow this momentum, flow of that trend. We've seen a pretty healthy pullback onto a good level. Well, not yet. It's just above it, but hopefully we do see a bit more downside. Probably will. This is such a big candle here. Probably will spill over. It'll be very difficult for us just to suddenly push all the way back up, unless maybe some news comes in from somewhere. But yeah, this looks like a really good level for a buy. So pound CHF, I have added that to the watch list. This does really interest me. Euro CHF was looking good, but it has kind of broken through the level a little bit. So I'm going to see what Euro CHF does and how it reacts. But essentially, I'm looking at a similar move to pound CHF, which is simply a break and retest. But as you can see with Euro, kind of breaking below a little bit. So it's not sitting up quite nicely. Pound CHF, we haven't tested the level yet, so still got hope for that one. Anti-CHF, this one still looks good. I'm liking the retest of this area. This one's still got a fair bit of a way to go before it gets there. So yeah, I'm kind of just hoping we continue falling. But all I'm looking for really is we had a big consolidation, big breakout of the consolidation. Now I'm looking for the retest of the consolidation for the continuation. So that's the idea with NZCHF. Simple breaking retest and then a continuation up. Aussie CHF, this one as well coming into a nice area. I don't mind this one. I prefer pound CHF, but this one also looks pretty good as well, coming back into the high. Again, it just depends how we react with the low, with the level. And CAD CHF, I'm not really interested in. This one is stuck in a consolidation. So yeah, until we break out, that's when I'll become interested. Otherwise, not so much. But yeah, pound CHF looks good. New Zealand, that was a bad stutter. New Zealand CHF looks good, and Euro CHF, no, Euro CHF doesn't look good, and Aussie CHF looks good. So yeah, I'll see how the pound CHF gets on because that's the one I really like. So, and we're not too far away from the level. So yeah, I'll keep an eye on this one. This one is definitely on the watch list. But yeah, I'm looking at taking them higher. If you guys are enjoying the content, by the way, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. And make sure you do hit the bell so you don't miss out on any streams or uploads in the future. I do appreciate everyone who has liked and subscribed so far as well. Really do appreciate it. KBL1 105 to 1.1. Not too sure what you're talking about there. What's up, Anis? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Poppy, what is up? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Malik, what is up? What are the main confidence you look before you enter a trade? And do you have a limit on the number of trades you have open at one time? Good question. Well, for the limit side of things, I don't want to have more than 2 risk trades open at one time. And what I mean by that is that I haven't gone to break even or I haven't trailed my stop loss. So if I do take a trade, I can take another trade, but I can't take another trade after that. So I can't take a third trade until at least one of them is risk-free. So yeah, that's kind of my limit in terms of trade. I don't really have a set limit. Like I can't be more than 5 trades at one time because I rarely am in that number of trades at one time anyway. But the only limit I have for myself is 2 risk-free trades, 2 risk trades at one point in time, no more than that. In terms of confluences I'm looking at, again, the confluence I'm looking at is relatively simple, but I'm looking for, well, first of all, I'm identifying my direction, which way I want to trade. Then I'm looking for level support and resistance, healthy pullback, 50% of Fibonacci and deeper, anything there is a good confluence to have. I do like using trend lines as well. I mean, high time frames, you could look at that as a confluence, but for me, that's just a necessity. High time frame direction, I want that to be my favor. And of course, candlesticks as well. But that's kind of how I enter my trades anyway. But a lot of my trading decisions do come to characteristics as well, because confluences are great. But even with confluences, you need to understand difference between quality of setups, because there are different types of breakouts, different types of pullbacks, different types of candlesticks, and all of those will kind of add up and increase the probability of a trade or decrease the probability of a trade. For example, I can get a trade opportunity which has a breakout, pullback, and a retest of a level with a Fibonacci confluence as well, trendline confluence there as well. But one might be a lot better than the other because maybe we were a bit more impulsive with the breakout, or maybe the pullback was a bit more corrective, or the way we pull back, or the candlesticks on the higher time frames. So what I'm trying to say is that I do have a few set confluences, but I feel like understanding the characteristics of a trade is just as important as well as confluences too. So yeah, I hope that made sense. Oh, nice, Anis. I only took sales yesterday, 2R this week. I appreciate that, Poppy. If you guys are enjoying the stream, please be sure to drop a like and yeah, it does really help out the stream. Subscribe whilst you're there as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens with dollar, because we do have a lot of news today, like jobless claims, PCE. So yeah, we got jobless claims 130, GDP growth rate as well. Then we've got PCE at, what was PCE tomorrow? Nope, it's today, 132. So yeah, there's a few news announcements. 1:30 for USD. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens with dollar. Because of course I'm trading Euro USD, so that'll be directly affected by that news. But we'll see how that gets on. KBL1, DXY 105, CHF 1.1, major round numbers. Oh, okay. Starting today's London session, 108. Are you talking about dollar CHF or CHF in general? I'm not too sure. What's up, FX Wolf? Good morning. Hope you're well. Hey, I appreciate that, guys. If you guys are enjoying the stream, please be sure to drop a like. It does help out the stream. I appreciate people mentioning that in the chat. But yeah, guys, if you are enjoying the stream, please be sure to drop a like. It doesn't hurt anyone, and it does help out the channel as well. Okay, looking for gold sells today. I'm still looking for my big swing on gold to the upside. Not quite there yet, so I'm still on the sidelines for gold, but I'll be waiting and lurking. Alejandro, Aussie Seed Chef, we'll take a look. No problem, FX Wolf. Yeah, you can't always find a trade as well, Poppy. I mean, my Euro USD long is my only trade of the week so far. I haven't taken any other trade by that this week. I was in Euro USD coming into the week, but that was last week. So yeah, you're not going to find a billion trades every week. Sometimes you have weeks where there's just so many trades and you have to sift through them. And sometimes it's stale. But yeah, I'll take a look at Aussie Seed Chef. No problem, Holly. Glad you are enjoying the content. So yeah, Aussie Seed Chef. Yeah, this one looks pretty good. We're coming to a big level here. I assume you're looking for longs, Alejandro. So yeah, we have seen a pretty big up move. Of course, this has been our retracement, another follow through to the upside. Now we're looking at retracement. We're coming back into the prior high. So I do like what I'm seeing here with Aussie Seed Chef. I do prefer Pound Seed Chef. Reason being, there's a bit more confidence to it coming back into the level. But of course, Aussie Seed Chef, Pound Seed Chef, very similar. Pairs. Seed Chef is going to be a big driver to see what happens with these currency pairs. But we are coming back into a big level. At the moment, we're still looking extremely bearish, so we need to see some strong signs that momentum is slowing down. Some wicks, bullish candles coming in, shift momentum. That would tell us that, okay, price is respecting the level and we're likely to reverse. Right now, we're just really bearish, so jumping into any buys right now would be quite aggressive in my book, even though we are coming back into a nice level. So yes, Aussie Seed Chef, nice location where we could bounce. Again, we don't even have to go too extravagant with the buys here in terms of expecting price to push back to new highs. We could just be looking for a bounce just to retest price structure here, and that could continue to sell off. But this move could be all we're looking for from the market here. So if we can see some nice rejection, some wicks forming, piercing through the level, that could be a nice springboard to push price back up to the high here. Then we see what happens next. We might sell off or might continue pushing through. But yeah, it's a nice level. Just let's see what price does, because we could do this as well. So we want to stay out of the way if price is going to do that. So I recommend waiting for some type of rejection, and then we could be looking for some entries. To be honest, this month I only took 6 trades. Yeah, I'm probably something similar as well, to be honest. Yeah, probably around 6 as well for me. But then again, each month is different. One month you could take 6 trades, another month you could take 16 trades as well. Yeah, you don't want to get too focused, too concentrated on the short term of trading. Whether you're looking at trade frequency, whether you're looking at your results, whether you're looking at the amount of setups you've got, or whatever you're looking at. You don't want to get too focused in the here and now, because next month could be completely different. You could be having your best month this month, and then next month could be completely awful. You don't want to be up and down, up and down. You just want to just take what you're getting, follow a plan, follow an edge, and stay true to that. Anyway, so yeah, Aussie CHF buys look good, but for me, pound CHF is number one, numero uno. So I'm going to see what we can do with that one. It's not far away from the level either. I think we'll probably just roll over. It might be a trade for Friday. We shall see. But in terms of where I've got my eyes peeled, of course, managing my Euro USD trade, but also pound Aussie, because that is in my level of interest. I just need to see some better rejection at the high here for me to hop into a trade. We're still quite corrective, no real shift in momentum. Still overly looking pretty bullish as well. So, and quite frankly, this is pretty much consolidation really. So what I want to see is really strong rejection up at the high. Then I can trade that to the downside. Maybe that might come back up against me, but by then I'll probably break even anyway. So be it. If we do get the breakthrough, fantastic. Then I can start trading with stop loss and see how far we can take it, potentially all the way back to the low. But yeah, pound CHF is pretty close to possible entries. Just need to see what we can do up at the high. So keep an eye out on that. Like I said, I could have jumped into Euro Yen longs, decided not to. Went with Euro USD. Very similar pairs. It was toss of the coin really. The only reason why I chose Euro USD is just because I've been trading that quite frequently the past few weeks. So I just thought, let me just keep attacking Euro USD until I'm proven wrong. And that's literally the reason why I chose Euro USD really. Both were good setups. Both fit the plan well. Both ticked all the boxes. So it's just a pity because they're both euro. If one was like CHF JPY, then I would have gone in. Malik, what are you doing, mate? I mean, I appreciate it because it looks like you're trying to tell people to like the stream. Okay, yeah, I appreciate that, but you need to do it once, my man. I need to do it once, but I appreciate it though, because it looks like it's coming from a good place. But I appreciate it. Just once though, once. Okay. Pound yen, euro yen. Okay, I'll quickly go over them as well. Do I know Stacy Burke? I really like. Oh, that's a male. I thought it was a female. Thinking about his way of trading. No, I've never heard of Stacy Burke. Is he British or American? I mean, I'll give it a little research after the stream, but no, I haven't heard of Stacy. So yeah, I'll go through a couple of yen pairs as well. Shreyas, Miko, do you think if Euro USD has any correlation with EuroCAD? Yes, it would do. It would have correlation with EuroCAD. Of course, both have Euro involved. So whatever happens to Euro, if Euro is suddenly very strong or very weak, it will impact both Euro USD and EuroCAD. Yeah, they are correct. It's not the biggest correlation in the world. It's not like, okay, if I'm about to trade EuroCAD, I'm looking at Euro USD. I kind of keep Euro USD and Pound USD bunched together because those are very correlated. But yeah, EuroCAD is definitely correlated to Euro USD, yes. Game City, I'm also looking for Pound Aussie sells for 150 pip target. Yeah, there's a lot of pips in Pound Aussie, so if you get it right, especially for a swing. You get it right. So yeah, with pound Aussie, if we come back to the high, I'm interested with the sell. It's just price action is very right now. So I'm on the sidelines waiting for a moment to strike. Should it arise, I will take the trade. But yeah, it's still kind of corrective. And you see a sign that, okay, the market's telling me, okay, Miko, we've hit the high here. We're probably not going to push higher. We're probably going to push down. Right now, I'm just seeing sideways price action, sideways momentum, and just a lot of depleted candles here. So until I see some evidence, like something we got here, really big wick through the level, this is a real strong sign that we're failing to break the low. We're probably going to push higher. If we can do something like this to the upside, that would be fantastic. And I can trade to the downside, even if it's just to the low here. That will be enough for me to go break even, most likely. And then we'll see what price does after. So yeah, pound Aussie is on the watch list. It's hard to trade USD. Convinced interest rates will be low this year. Inflation is too high. Still too high. They can't. Yeah, I would agree as well. But again, you can focus in the moment as well. Trading USD in the moment in terms of what you expect USD to do in the day or the week, which is kind of how I look at it, purely from the technical perspective. But yeah, I appreciate that, Malik, though. Appreciate that, Malik. Yeah, we'll take a look at G. Let me go through GJ and Euro Yen first. So yeah, GJ I am bullish on. I said this one, I'm looking for a pullback into this area. Just haven't seen enough of a pullback. Therefore, I'm not interested just yet. But it looks like price is having a bit of relief. So I'm anticipating a higher low. It could have already formed here. That's a pretty sturdy wick to the downside. I wouldn't be surprised if we just keep pushing from that. But it's just not in any area of significance. Not in any area of significance. So I'm not going to step in. I'm not going to get involved. Should we continue to fall and do something like this over here, fantastic. I'll be in the trade and looking to take it higher. But yeah, pound gem, again, every single major time frame, monthly, weekly, daily, all pointing up. We've had a really impressive break higher on the full H, so just looking at a relief of that and a continuation higher. So really textbook stuff there with pound yen, looking for a higher low. Euro yen likewise as well. This one gave me a really nice entry signal on the hourly chart on this candle here. So if I didn't take Euro USD, I would be in Euro yen with a trade something similar to this, looking for a push back to the high, and then hopefully we can get a push all the way back to the daily/weekly swing high, which is the wick up there. So yeah, that would be the trade I would be in if I didn't take Euro USD. It fits the plan well. Healthy pullback, just about tag the 50. Nice wick there, piercing through the zone as well. Prior resistance turned support. Healthy retracement as well, and very consistent with all of these higher lows. So I would anticipate another one to form. And we left behind a really nice wick for it. So this to me looks like a really nice trade. Yeah, really nice trade. I would anticipate more upside now for Euro Yen. Let's see what happens. It's all probability at the end of the day. So even if it ticks all the boxes, it can still fail. But yeah, I like the trade a lot. But Euro USD looked a little bit better, so that's why I'm in that one. But yeah, Euro Yen, I mean, let me go through some of the yen pairs. CHF JPY, of course, big move up. CHF was very, very strong. So yeah, that's kind of just driving higher. Use the JPY, I like a bit more of a pullback before buying. So yeah, more pullback needed. Euro Yen looks good. Aussie Yen, I mean, Aussie Yen has come back to a relatively nice area because this is the low that just about gave us a new high. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we just reject this low and push back up again. Like Euro Yen, I do think there's a good chance we take out the wick higher here as well. We were so close a couple of days ago. Let me draw it back in. We were so close with this wick. So I think we're almost destined to take out this high at some point, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's from this low. CAD yen looks okay. I would like it to have pushed up a little bit higher first. Euro yen looked a little bit better, but it has come back to a nice area where we could bounce. And again, I'm expecting CAD yen to come back into at least the body there. Oh, wrong tool. At least the body around 115.870. New Zealand yen, this one's already taken out the wicks. I'm not really interested in New Zealand yen. It's kind of flown already. And GGM looking for a bigger pullback as well. So that's kind of where I'm at with the yen pairs. Okay, he's Australian. Yeah, I've never heard of him. Does he trade FX? Does he trade FX? Sure, so we'll take a look at pound USD next. Poppy, thinking about shorting USD NOK. Okay, we'll take a look at that one too. Bro, what are you waiting for? I had 5 positions before 3 hours ago. Now, I'm not trying to cramp your start more. I'm in Euro USD. I'm doing a U. I'm doing a U. If I'm in a trade, I'm not looking at another market. No, I mean, the only reason why I didn't take Euro Yen is because I'm in Euro USD. Euro and Euro. It's basically, I'm basically double banking on Euro to be strong. So I'd rather just be wrong once than wrong twice. Or it could be right twice as well. But yeah, if I was trading like pound USD, then I would take Euro Yen, but because it's already another Euro pair. Why do you assume you had screens everywhere? Okay, so let me take a look at pound USD. Excuse me. So yeah, pound USD, I said yesterday I'm looking for buys around 1.262. This is where I'm looking for price to come into before looking to buy pound. Yeah, Euro USD was kind of the only dollar pair that set up well. Pound USD did come into a nice low, and we have seen a reaction there, but not in any area of significance for me to get too excited. I kind of want to see price push a little bit further down, and then I'll be looking to buy pound USD back up again. For me, this is still a really nice level. Should we get there, I would be looking for a bounce around that level. Good confidence there, strong level. We broke through, no retest on the 4H either. So yeah, I do really like this level here for pound, and that's why I'll be looking for my entries. But yeah, I don't really have too much else to say about it. We've had a big move down, taking out these lows. We snap right back up again. So looking to see if we can come in, have a bit of a bounce, and trade that reaction. So that is the plan with pound USD. We'll take a look at USD NOK next. My trading rig is worth more than the trading account. Don't worry, Poppy, that will change one day, mate. That will change very, very soon. Malik, can you make a video on how you draw zones on the channel? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've done that already. If you go to my Forex education playlist, there are videos on how I draw my zones. Yeah, it will be a while ago, so if you probably need to do some scrolling there. But yeah, if you go to my Forex education playlist, there are a bunch of videos on that topic. When a lot of trades at once, any screens, running 10 trades at once with one screen is not easy. I mean, to be fair, with trading, I mean, it depends how active you are I mean, and what time frames you're using, because I feel like one screen's is decent. If you got yourself a decent screen, the size doesn't have to be anything crazy, but one screen does the job really. I mean, you can have more, of course, 2, 3, 4. I feel like anything more than 4, a bit excessive, to be honest. But I don't know, if you're maybe an aggressive trader, you might want to have more screens, because more data coming very, very quickly. So, but yeah, I feel like you can do just fine with 1, maybe 2. So yeah, with USD NOK, let's see what's cooking over there. Okay, USD NOK. Ooh, okay, so we did see some follow through to the downside. Price has been looking pretty bearish there. So yeah, last time we spoke about USD NOK, I said I was looking for a bit of a pullback and then some shorts. We didn't really see that pullback, kind of just spewed to the downside without that bigger pullback. Okay, let's see where we are in the bigger picture of things. Yeah, so I remember last time I was talking about the high lows, the fact that we keep putting in all these high lows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and possibly another one over there as well. So this for me would be a prime place for a long. The fact is we are failing at the highs here. We are steadily forming lower highs as well. So essentially the market's kind of just slowly squeezing between this trend line and this trend line. So there's not a lot of direction to it apart from the overall kind of uptrend in the weekly, monthly time frames. But if I'm looking at buying opportunities, I want to see price come a lot deeper. I'll be looking at price at least coming back into this area, which would be, let me just draw a little bit neater, which would be around 10.36, 10.4. That would be not a bad place for long. If looking at shorts, then I wouldn't mind a retest of that range around 10.65. I wouldn't mind a retest of that range if we were to come into that area. I think we could see a nice reaction there. I like the pullback as well. Nice impulsive move. Poppy, what are you looking at for USD NOK? Shorting 10.72. Where is that? 10.72. So, okay, essentially coming back to the high of the range. That looks okay as well. I've got a feeling that probably lines up with one of your moving averages as well. But yeah, I mean, I like the momentum. We had taken out some important lows here as well. So essentially looking for a pullback and a continuation, really. It does line up with this high there too as well, which I like. But yeah, going forward with USD NOK, I would be expecting us to get back to that daily zone there. So yeah, essentially looking at pullbacks and downside to that level, really. But yeah, I would be bearish on USD NOK. Planning to get a few more screens, but it will teach my cousins to make a ton of money. Yeah, that's good. Teach the family. Because trading is one of those things where you can literally do it wherever in the world, as long as you got, a laptop and a Wi-Fi connection. Which I know is the cliche thing, but it is true to a certain degree. I used everything on PS4, Xbox, PC with 2 screens. Fair play. That is a nice setup there, Poppy. No problem. Happy to help. Wow, 10 brothers and sisters. That is crazy. That is a big family. How is GA doing? Not much. Hourly candle close as a doji, more or less. So yeah, I need to see, as I was speaking on earlier, I need to see a bit more rejection up at the high, and then I'll see what we can do with pound Aussie shorts. Keeping a close eye on pound CHF, how we're looking. Oh, still falling to the downside, still looking very bearish. I'm going to see what we can do at this high, because I do like the longs here, but nothing quite there yet. So I'll see what we can do as we approach that level. But yeah, I'm looking at some type of high low forming. And yeah, Euro CHF has completely blitzed that level there, so I'm not really going to be focusing on that level anymore. So pound CHF, it is. New Zealand CHF I like a lot, but it's got a long way to go. Euro yen's pushing up. Let me take that off. But yeah, that is a very big family. To be fair, I would like to have a big family. I mean, I think I do. Not as big as that though. Okay, Euro USD looking a little bit bearish there. Of course, it's still very early doors, so we'll see how that gets on. Stop losses underneath that low, and that will be my first target to start trading stop. So yeah, we'll see how that gets on. How is DXY looking? Okay, so DXY's had a nice reaction back at that high, but I haven't really seen a continuation since then. I mean, the 4H candle is about to close in the next 45 minutes. So we'll see how that 4H candle does close. I mean, the candle over here looked really nice. Small bearish engulfing, but I like the wicks to the upside, especially as we came back into the high. So we've seen a nice reaction there. But yeah, it's just up to DXY. Shall we continue or shall we not? Joseph, at what level would you recommend someone to try out a challenge? Would you recommend challenges? Yeah, I mean, I would recommend once you find a bit of consistency which you're confident with, because I feel like with a challenge in general, you know, different to a trading your personal account, I think a lot of it's down to confidence, and know-how in your edge, in your ability, in your strategy. So I would say number one, a bit of consistency, few months consistency, and number two, just it feels right. It feels right. It feels you feel ready. You feel confident. I feel like that's the best time to do it. And in a place where you can play for a challenge and it doesn't directly impact your finances, it's not like your last buck into buying a challenge, then I wouldn't do that until, you know, that's not a case scenario as well. Because you know, you can be very confident in your trading and seeing some nice results for a few months, but you know, if you're spending your last penny on a challenge, then it's just going to be way more emotional than it needs to be, even if you are confident in your trading as well. So yeah, I'll say if you can tick those three boxes and make sure that you're seeing some results, confident, and you're not using your last penny, then yeah, I would say that's when you should do it, or at least think about doing it. If you're not in that situation, then yeah, I wouldn't do it, because you want to give yourself the best chance to succeed. And I feel like if you got those three boxes down, then you're giving your best the best chance to succeed. Euro pound still rejecting that low. does it, euro is a little bit stronger than pound. Well, at the moment, euro yen is looking a little bit better than euro USD. I mean, not by much. But yeah, I mean, I chose euro USD. So we'll see how that one gets on. But euro yen also looked pretty good as well. There may be a world where I can get euro USD to break even, and then maybe get another opportunity in euro yen should you come back for a second test. That would be, of course, very ideal, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Wow, sorry to hear that more. That is difficult news, that. Yeah, of course, I agree as well. Very important to have a strong community. Yeah, I feel like trading is a great vehicle because it only depends on the trader as well. It's not like you have to rely on other people or employees or whatever. Trading is one of the few things where it's just kind of you and the market really, and then the sky's the limit as well. The better trader you become, the more reward you see as well. So that's why I really like trading, because it doesn't depend on anything. I also do like having to work with people as well, because I feel like that's a blessing with trading, but also a curse as well. Because in trading you can just spend all day at home, trade from home, and not leave the house really, unless to buy food or something, or anything of that nature as well. So you can become a little bit secluded if you just trade from home and that's it. So I feel like it's also a blessing, because you just focus on yourself. You don't have to deal with much apart from you. But then it's a curse, because then you can get lonely if you don't get out the house and socialize and do other things as well. So yeah, you need to do that. But then again, a lot of jobs these days are remote as well. Is anyone trading? Is anyone trading any indices? Because they have been very, very bearish. I mean, US 30 is kind of the talk of the town. Not too sure why US 30. I'm sure there's a reason to that, because S&P is not that bad, but US 30 is. And oil's looking a little bit bearish too. Yeah, go on more. We believe in you, my man. Sky's the limit. Especially in trading as well, which is one of the things that is so attractive of trading. The better trader you are, the more success. Of course, it's not instant as well. It's not like, okay, I'm a really good trader now, so let me be rewarded. It's a lagging indicator really. You get really good, and then the success kind of follows you along slowly but surely. Joseph, how do you feel about CAD dominant pairs? Never got the feel for them somehow. So by CAD dominant, do you mean like Euro CAD, Aussie CAD, NZD CAD, Pound CAD? I mean, I don't really have too much to say on them personally. For them, for me, they're just another pair to trade. They are a little bit more choppy. I think Aussie CAD is quite a choppy pair. NZD CAD trends a little bit better, but still quite choppy. Pound CAD's quite choppy. New CAD's quite choppy. But you can kind of say the same for most of the minor pairs. So, the CAD pairs, Pound Aussie, Euro NZD, Swiss pairs, they can be quite choppy as well. The way I look at it is I kind of group the majors and the minors separately. So the minors are my favorite pairs to trade, but I also do trade the minors as well. But yeah, I like to be a bit more picky with the minors because my win rate, not even win rate, but profitability is better with the major pairs as well. But Aussie CADs, New Zealand CAD, Pound CAD, Euro CADs, and all the other minors, I still do trade. They still give really opportunities. I still get nice trades with them. But I feel like just being a little bit more picky does help because they're a little bit more corrective, lack a bit more momentum. So when you do get into a trade, you don't see it as often as they kind of just spring in your direction, as maybe you do with like a Euro USD or something. But again, as I always say, if you're not getting paid by it, drop it. If you've been trading it for a while, haven't got a feel for it, not really seeing the fruits of your labor, and you're seeing your fruits blossom in other markets, focus on those markets. Because if it's not doing anything for you, then it's hindering you really. Unless you can kind of dig deep with your results and see where you could be going wrong, then maybe you can look at that to try and maybe make the CAD pairs work for you. But if it's not playing out, then lose them. If you're going to be more profitable without them, then I don't see why you should trade them. No tech in US 30. Oh, okay, yeah. US 30 does look bad. It does look very bad. Huge move down. Casperia, what's at the top of your list? Top of my list would be Pound Aussie. I say Pound Aussie and Pound CHF. Both of them are top of my watch list. Pound Aussie, as I've been saying, looking for some shorts. Essentially looking for the next lower high. This is the high that gave us the low here. So as long as we don't break through that high, I'm looking at a move down, just waiting for a good rejection, a good entry signal. And Pound CHF along as well, since we're very, very close, coming back to a really nice high, got good confidence there. I like the retracement, pretty big impulse move to the upside. So again, I'm looking for some rejection around 1.15, pretty big psychological level as well too. So that's a nice confluence. Not something that I look at a lot, but if it's there, fantastic. So yeah, we'll see what price does at this area here as well. So those two are at the top of my watch list. Yeah, those are the two at the top. A couple of the pairs look okay, but they've got some work to do. But yeah, could be looking at jumping into Pound CHF or Pound Aussie today or tomorrow if they set up, because they're not directly correlated to Euro USD as well. So I'm happy to get into one of them. Pound Aussie been ranging for a while. Yes, it has. That's what I was talking about early in the stream. I said pretty much we're ranging at that level, which is not necessarily a bad idea, because sometimes price does come into a level. Sometimes it takes its time before it does spring away. So we still could be seeing a bit of a double top form and then a big push down. So that's still very much a possibility. Kind of what we did here, although we're a bit more flat here. So I still do think there's a good chance of a rejection, but I've got to see some strong evidence that we are forming a lower high, that we have come into that area, and that we are rejecting it very strongly. Similar to what we did here, really nice wick piercing through the level. That's a strong indication that prices tried to break through, but we failed completely, and there's probably a good chance we're going to move in the opposite direction. If you can see something like that over here and I shift the momentum as well, then that could entice me to a trade. Anything else, if we're kind of just sluggish and we push up and we're kind of just seeing some kind of closes, but just doing something like that, then of course that won't be enough for me to get into a trade at all. But yeah, we are consolidating. I've drawn a box around it, but it depends what we do up there, whether I'll get into a trade or not. And then yeah, I'll be keeping an eye on pound CHF as well as we get ever so close to my level. Philip, how long are your streams? When does it start? I don't want to ever miss the start again. Appreciate it. But yeah, they're 2 hours long roughly. I start 10 a.m. UK time and I finish 12 p.m. UK time. So yeah, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. UK time. And yeah, Monday to Friday. I was looking at pound Aussie yesterday. I just didn't like the price action. I'm in the same boat. Poppy in the same boat as well. I didn't like the price action either, which is why I stayed out. But again, things change. I might not like the price action right now, and I still don't. But I don't know, maybe news this afternoon might cause a bit of movement on pound Aussie. Maybe that gives us a big wick to the upside like we did over here. Maybe it's a really strong rejection, nice shift in momentum, good hourly candle closure, maybe a good 4H candle closure as well. And things could look really, really good. And then I'll get into a trade. But if it doesn't, then of course I'll stay out. So yeah, I still don't like it either. But all I do like about pound Aussie is the previous trend that we have and the location we're in. Because if the market is going to form a lower high in respect to the previous high, then this is a prime place for that to happen. Although yes, the price action has been very doo-doo in this area, but it is a good location for a low high to happen and for a short to take place. So the location and the trend and how everything's set up looks good. Now you need to see a good sign that we are rejecting this area and we're likely to roll over, which I haven't seen yet. So that's all I'm waiting on. That's all I'm waiting on for pound Aussie. Do you look at the weekly price? Pound Aussie last week is super bulls. No, not really. I mean, I do look at the daily, weekly, and monthly charts as well. But I try to focus mainly on the daily terms of direction. But yeah, the last week candle was very, very bullish, very, very strong close. I'm looking to see if we can hold that as resistance and roll back over. Again, if the market just wants to push straight through, then so be it as well. Again, when I take a trade, I'm not trying to be right every time. I'm trying to position myself in a possible location where if you're going to see a move in my direction, there's a good chance we're going to see a big swing. Because that's kind of really where I want to put my focus on. Because if I am right and we are going to see this trend continue, then there's a long, long way down back to the low here, and we could be looking at a really, really big trade in terms of risk to reward. So I like the potential down move there is, but you're perfectly right as well. The weekly might just want to be bullish and price might want to just push straight through. And that's the case. I probably won't get an entry signal anyway, so I will stay out the market and the market will break higher, and yeah, we'll continue higher. So yeah. But I do understand weekly's looking quite bullish, but it's in a great place for me to short. Should I get the move, then hopefully I can get to break even close to the low of the range. So if price still wants to push up, hopefully I'll be protected by then, risk free. And if not, worst case that happens, I take a loss. As what is up, if it's no trouble, please do your USD looking for buys. We'll take a look. I'm actually buying your USD at the moment. Do you take trades during Forex news, and would you advise trades to do it? I don't take trades during the news. I don't look to trade the news or okay, the news is out, let me quickly place a trade or anything like that, or place a trade just before the news. I'm a price action based trader. I'm a technical based trader. If there's a technical pattern that fits my plan and ticks all the boxes and looks good, I'm taking that trade. The only reason why I wouldn't take that trade is because we're approaching a big news announcement like NFP, like Fed interest rate decision, like CPI. Those are the only three I would consider. And maybe an interest rate decision for the currency. Say, for example, I'm looking to trade pound Aussie and we've got pound interest rate coming up. Maybe I might not trade it. Sometimes I have, sometimes I haven't. Depends really how I'm feeling, really. The only three that are in my plan, which I do avoid, is CPI, CPI, NFP, and FOMC. So those are the three that I do avoid entering just before. But other than that, I have the green light to enter before any other trade. Because again, I've tested my strategy through numerous years, through numerous interest rate decisions. And there are some times when the news is for me. There's sometimes when the news goes against me and does slip me. But, I've factored those circumstances in. I'm still profitable at the end of the day. So I would say if you're not comfortable trading through the news, then it depends what trader you are. If you're a swing trader, then I would say trade through the news, because if you are going to swing trade, you have to get used to that anyway. So if you are a swing trader, get used to trading through the news. But I would say the big three, NFP, CPI, and FOMC, try not to enter before those news events. Anything else, trade through. Just make sure you're managing your risk and you're aware of the risk as well. If you're day trading, then you can maneuver around it. It's a tricky subject. Because some people happy trade through news, some people don't. I feel like if you don't really have experience yet, I'd say don't, and then work your way up to it. And it does matter about personal preference as well. Some people don't like the anxiety going into news, so don't trade the news. Some people don't mind it. If you are swing trading, I would advise trade through news, the minor ones, the big three, CPI, NFP, FOMC. Hold back. The other ones you cannot as well, but if you're going to swing trade, you kind of have to hold for news at some point. Otherwise, you should be in and out all the time, and you're basically a day trader. So hopefully that made sense. I know that was a bit all over the place. Casperio, I shorted GJ 200.5, closed at 25 pips profit. 1 hour later it dropped nearly 200 pips. GJ hurt my feelings. Yeah, that's the beauty of trading, isn't it? Because there is a world where you go out at 25 pips profit and price completely reversed and pumped 200 pips against you. So you would have been very thankful that I got out at that price, because price is looking very, very bullish now. But of course today pound yen wants to drop 200 pips. So I try not to look too much what price does after I exit the trade. I try not to look too much, because logically there is no sense to looking after, but of course you do want to see what happens next and if I go out at the right time or not. But yeah, it is annoying when price does that, I have to admit. It is definitely annoying. Okay, so what pair did I say I was going to take a look at? Completely forgot. If I have missed out a pair, by the way, just drop it down in the chat, even from earlier. Did the same with silver. I mean, silver just missed my level this week, so I'm a little bit annoyed at silver, to be honest. I'm a little bit annoyed because silver looked like a really good buy coming into the week. I'm on silver, and the boy just missed the level and decides to fly. So yeah, upset with silver, very upset with silver. But yeah, GJ, I mean, again, the M pairs are funny because they kind of crawl up, they kind of push up, and then they do like having these. It moves like an S&P 500. It moves like an indice right now. The way it kind of just slowly pushes up, big relief, pushes up, big relief. It's moving like the S&P 500 would do generally. I'm trying to find a good example. Like this price action here, like a slow grind higher, relief, slow grind higher, relief, slow grind. This is more like how an indice would move rather than an FX pair. So the price action is a little bit weird anyway. It's very, very bullish. It's just very weird how it's moving, which kind of put me off a little bit when price is back down here. Not more though. But yeah, it's a pretty big move. Same for all the M pairs as well. That's true. That is very true, Poppy. It's better to take your wins or your losses, not to turn to Captain Hindsight like me. I think we were all Captain Hindsight at some point or another. But yeah, Captain Hindsight is not a great place to be at all. Definitely take your wins and take your losses, because you're gonna get out of trade and you're gonna feel like, oh, I should have got a bit earlier, a bit later. There's very rarely there's a trade where you get out at the exact right time. Very rarely that's the case. Majority of trades you'll get out too early or too late in context with the market, not with your plan. Your plan could say get out the trade, you get out the trade, you've done everything as you planned, but the market still plummeted another 200 pips, like Casperio can attest to. It still hurts, but you may have done the right thing in terms of getting out where you plan to get out, or at the right signal. So although you've done everything right, it might still pain you, because it would be nice to be in 200 pips of profit. Are you buying the M pairs currently? No, I'm not, Philip. I'm not in any of the M pairs. I'm only in Euro USD. Euro Yen looked really good. If I wasn't in Euro USD, I would be in Euro Yen longs from this hourly candle here. If fit the plan well, it's just a toss of the coin between the two. Euro USD didn't even look better. Normally I choose the trade which looks better. For me, they kind of both look very similar. They both had different pros, different cons, and I didn't really see one as being outright better than the other. The only reason why I traded Euro USD is because I've been trading quite frequently over the past few weeks. So I thought, let me just keep that run going. It's been pretty good to me, so let me keep going. That's the only reason why I chose Euro USD. Otherwise, Euro Yen would be a great pair to trade. It's a healthy pullback. I still think there's a good chance we take out the liquidity above the high there. So I still think there's a good chance we're going to continue higher. I know Moore's just added a lot more trades to his Euro Yen positions as well. So if it plays out, could be a really, really big trade. Markinza, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Welcome to the stream. I'm doing good. Hope you are well. Tempted to go in Euro USD, but employment coming up in an hour and prop firms doesn't allow news trading, sadly. Yeah, that would be the case, of course. Of course, that's always why you have to have a personal as well. I always will be an advocate of a personal account with a prop firm account, because prop firms offer you something different to a personal account, and of course, personal accounts will offer you something different to prop firms. Personal, you can be a bit more free, but of course, you want to have capital in your personal account. If you don't have capital, it's going to take you a while to generate income. So that's where the benefits of prop firms step in. But if you can have both, the fact that you can't trade from the news, you just hop into your personal there. But yeah, you are right. The news is coming out, and that could be good or bad. for dollar, and if USD sees some strength from that, then that would fail the trade for me, for my sake. Of course, if USD sees some weakness, then whoop-de-doo. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. Again, like I said, the three big news events I watch out for: CPI, NFP, FOMC. Any other, I'll just trade through like it's not really there, to be honest. So we'll see what happens. I have a personal account, only $100. Yeah, I mean, $100 is a starting point. Casperio is a starting point. Of course, you're not gonna be a multi-millionaire with that account, of course, but it's a starting point. You start trading at small lot sizes. Maybe at some point you start adding to the account. Again, you get some withdrawals from your profit account. You put that into your personal account. The idea is the long run. Trading, of course, on social media, you always look at it now. As in, I want to be rich now. I want to have tons of money now. Trading something where you see success after 5 years. You see big success after 10 years, 15 years. That's when things are really just, you're really seeing the fruits of your labor. After those hard years of building yourself up. So everyone's got to start somewhere. My first account was $100 as well. £100, but you got to start somewhere, and then over the years you can slowly build that up. It's going to take some time, but it's a slow push. But trading's not get rich quick scheme as how social media will present it, and I feel like a lot of people have that mentality, which is why it goes to pot a lot of the times, because you're trying to make money right now when trading's never been about making money right now. It's always been about letting your edge play out over a succession of trades, 50, 100, 200 trades. That's when you get paid. But Miko, I want to publish my video how I grew my $100 to a Lambo in 7 days. Not even $100 to another monetary value, just a Lambo. 100 to Lambo in 7 days. Yeah, I mean, that video would fit right in, to be honest. That video would fit right in. Hey, Casper, you're going to take all my subscribers away from me, though. So, don't upload it. I'm joking. $100 is doable. I've seen mad flips turning that into 300 in a day. 10% Forex, best flips I've ever seen. Of course, anyone can do a flip. I bet anyone on this stream could flip an account. Whether they'll do it first time or not, that's a different question. But anyone on this stream can flip an account. Because if you look at the idea of flipping an account, the idea of flipping an account is that you take a few trades and they play out, and of course you kind of max leverage yourself. So the idea is that you win 3, 4, 5 trades in a row, basically. Anyone on the stream could win 3, 4, 5 trades in a row, just of sheer probability, because eventually you will hit a winning streak and you get those trades in a row. So of course you may not flip your first account, but you give it the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, you would have flipped an account by then. So yeah, training's not about flipping accounts either. To be honest, you can flip accounts in the long run, but there has to be some type of risk management to it as well. You're not going to do 200% in a day sustainably. Maybe you have to do 200% in a year sustainably. That way you're still flipping your account, but of course you're giving yourself a lot more time to do it, and it's going to be a lot more managed. But yeah, no one's going to do that consistently. So for me, I don't really see a point in that, because today, okay, well done, you made 100 to 300, But then tomorrow you could lose the 300. So what was the point in the first place? So yeah, you can flip accounts, of course you can. But if you're not going to be here for the long run, then why are you doing it in the first place? That's my take on it. But hey, if you want to flip accounts, flip them. You can flip them, but just give yourself more time than a day. Give yourself a year. That's more realistic. What's your thoughts on GJ? Every time it drops, it always leaves a long wick on the 4H. Don't know how to trade this. Yeah, good spot. That's something that you would write down in your notes. But yeah, the way I would trade it is I would wait for price to come to my area, then buy. And that's exactly how I'm looking to trade it. This is where I'm looking to buy from. And it may be a case where we have already formed the higher low and now it's going to push up. That could be the case. For me, Euro Yen did that exactly to the T. It left the big wick and it came to my zone as well. Like I said, I'm not trading it because I'm in a different trade at the moment. But in terms of fitting the plan, it worked a treat. Well, it hasn't worked a treat. Still a long way to go before it does work. But it has come back into a nice area of confluence and left the wick as well. That for me is a really nice, really nice confluence and a really nice trading opportunity. So again, how I enter my trades is my bullish engulfing candlesticks on the hourly chart. So this would be my candlestick for entry. Of course, that does line up with the wick as well quite nicely too. So if I do draw the entry in, so on the candle closure, stop loss below the wick, you can see kind of entering off the back of the wick of the 4H as well. So that's how I trade it. I like when the hourly candle is leaving a wick on the 4H. That's a really good confluence. But yeah, so I would be entering on that bullish engulfing, which in turn makes me enter on the wick on the 4H as well. But yeah, for me, candlesticks are a really good signal to dictate if price is going to rebound or level or not. But you got to wait for price to approach areas of significance. With pound yen, in my book, we're not really at any area of significance. Therefore, I wouldn't look to trade it. Euro yen, we are. Pound yen, we're not. That's kind of how I would look to trade it. No problem, William. Thank you for coming to the stream. Appreciate it. Catch you in the next one. I've learned to be patient, to wait for my strategy plan. My strategy plan to play through. I had problems being patient. Yeah. A lot of people have. I've been there as well. I feel like once you start to mature in trading, because of course everyone's got to go through the phase of just being reckless in the beginning and being excited and trying to do a million different things. But then as you mature and you gain a bit more experience, you start to be a bit more sensible, start to be a bit more patient. And you focus on a strategy and you wait for that strategy to present itself. Because that's what trading is at the end of the day. We've got an edge. We're looking to apply that edge to the market. Anything outside of that is just nonsense, really. Yeah. So you only take one trade at a time? No, I can take two trades at a time. But they have to be in not corresponding pairs, not correlated. Because I'm in Euro USD, which is pretty much a direct correlation to Euro Yen. I'm basically just buying Euro. So yeah, that's why I didn't hop into Euro Yen. If I was trading like NZD CAD, then yeah, I would take Euro Yen because there's no direct correlation there. But basically, if I jump into Euro Yen as well, then I'm kind of double banking that Euro will be strong. In that case, I might as well just increase my risk in Euro USD rather than jump into Euro Yen as well. So yeah, when it comes to similar currency pairs, I want to be at least break even on one trade before I do hop into a similar trade with the similar correlated pair. So yeah, so that's why I didn't take it. If I was trading a different pair not correlated, I would be in, but yeah, I'm trading Euro. What's your take on Euro USD? I have seen it on your mark zone. Yeah, I'm long on Euro. Very bullish on Euro USD. I was buying it not yesterday, last week at this level here, and then I was trailed out for a small profit around here. And I said yesterday, if it comes back into my level, I will look for another entry signal. As long as we stay above that area, prior resistance turn support, essentially what I'm looking at is a big impulse and a big bull flag for continuation. So yeah, this is kind of what I'm looking at for a big move up. So I'm trying to anticipate that next higher low for potentially another higher high, or at least a push back to the high there. My break even point for Euro USD is this area here. So that's when I will go to break even. It's roughly around a 1-to-1. But should we get to this area here, we could definitely react and push price back against me. So this is where I want to kind of take my risk off the table. And then yeah, if we can break through, happy days, and hopefully we see a continuation back to the high. But the theory behind it, the logic behind it is, I'm looking to try and catch a high low for push up. So yeah, that's where I'm at with Euro USD. Can you do the correlation, a video on correlation of the pairs? Because that is where I think my problem come from. If I make profits, it's a lot. If I make a loss, it's a lot too. But I feel like if that's the case, it'd probably be a lot more than just correlation of pairs. Probably could be due to your trade management as well, which is a whole different topic. But in terms of correlation, again, it's pretty self-explanatory. You're just looking for pairs, for example, Euro USD, Euro Yen, Euro CAD, Euro CHF, Euro Pound, Euro Aussie. All of these pairs have Euro in it, so they're going to be affected by whatever happens to Euro. If news comes out that's positive for Euro, those pairs most likely will go up. Of course, it will depend on the corresponding currencies they're partnered with. But if Euro is very bullish, most of those pairs will push up. In terms of more exclusive correlations, then Euro Aussie, Euro NZD are very correlated because Aussie and New Zealand dollar are very similar currency pairs as well, affected by similar things. So Euro Aussie, Euro NZD would be very similar. Just like Euro USD and Euro Yen would be very similar because Yen and dollar are quite similar as well. I feel like the different currency pairs, the different currencies you should be aware of in terms of correlation is Euro and Pound. They're quite linked. USD and Yen, they're quite linked. Actually, USD, Yen, and CHF, those three currencies are linked. Gold and silver, they're linked as well. And did I say Aussie, New Zealand dollars? I don't know if I said that, but Aussie and New Zealand dollar. And USD and CAD as well, quite linked too. But yeah, I guess I could make a video on that. Any advice for traders who keep moving stop losses and get burnt? Asking for a friend. Yeah, if you're moving a stop loss, it does come from a place of come from many different places, but it does come from a place that if you're moving a stop loss, that means you do have a lack of belief in your edge in the long run, really. Because if you're moving a stop loss, that means you don't believe that the trade is about to fail and you believe it's still likely to push into profit. Therefore, you're moving stop loss out of the way to give you a bit more room for price to move in your direction eventually. If you had true belief in your edge, you would know that, okay, I'll take an X amount of stop losses, most likely I'll take an X amount of take profits, but I know the sum of that, the accumulation of that is profit altogether, so I'm happy to take my stop losses because I know there's edge at play. It's also a bit greedy as well. There's a bit of greed there as well. There's a lot of emotions at play there, but I feel like a good tip would be stick to one trade a day and reward yourself when you stick to the plan. because you take that one trade, either hits your stop loss or hits your target, or maybe break even. You come back the next day. If you followed your plan perfectly, then I don't know, take yourself to the cinema or something, or go for a walk or something like that. Reward yourself. Maybe cinema's a bit extreme because you'd be going cinema every day if you're following your trading plan every day. But yeah, I think take it one step at a time, keep the risk managed, and just take it slow. Focus on every trade, and then when it's done, then focus on the next one. And practice your edge as well. Gain more confidence in your edge. Know that your stop loss is there for a reason, not to hinder you, but to keep you profitable. Appreciate that more. We'll see you tomorrow, my man. Gold is pumping. Is gold pushing up? Okay, gold's getting a little bit excited. I see you. So yeah, gold is looking fruitful right now. Some nice momentum there. Like I said, it did take out the low quite well here. So I do think for gold, we can see a push up. I'm not quite convinced yet that gold's going to suddenly fly to the moon. I mean, that is the move I'm looking for. Eventually, I'm looking for a big rally with gold. But there's still a lot of bearish momentum present. So I'm not quite sold on that yet. I like the fact that we have taken out the low. I do think that could propel us to the upside, especially with the way we've done it with the wicks. They look very, very neat and tidy. I like how we spiked through with a few wicks there. Now we're seeing momentum shift as well. So I do think gold looks good for some buys, but yeah, I'm not too sure if we break past that area. Of course, I don't have the crystal ball to say what's going to happen next, but I think there's a good chance we get there. There's probably a good chance we come back down as well. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for gold. That is what I'm looking at for gold. But then again, gold buys, Euro USD buys, it's a similar idea really. We're kind of banking on DXY weakness. DXY is about to close, or has it just closed? Yeah, it looks like it has just closed. So that's a pretty nice 4H candle. I like it. Nice shift to momentum. Hopefully we can get DXY to kind of sell off to this area here, because then that will give me a chance to go to break even on my Euro USD buy. So that would be the corresponding area. So yeah, hopefully we can see a bit more downside, get to break even, and then we'll see what price does next. Do you read chats? Yes, I do. Can you see my trading view chart? No. For some reason, you can't share links. External links, I can't go. I can't see charts. But anyway, guys, we have come back to the end of the stream. Of course, I will be live again tomorrow. Actually, we'll be live later today on Trader Nick's channel. So if you do want to see what happens with the news, any updates with my trades, or if I do get into another trade, I'll let you guys know on the Telegram, but I will cover it on Trader Nick's channel as well. So feel free to pop into that stream if you are free, from roughly around 1:45 p.m. But besides from that, thank you guys for coming onto the stream. Thank you to my moderators as well, really helping out. Really do appreciate you guys for that. Of course, to everyone else, I really do appreciate you guys coming to the stream and chatting with me. I will be live again tomorrow, so I hope to see you all there. If you have enjoyed the stream, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe, hit the bell. It helps out the channel, and of course, it keeps you in the loop as well. But guys, have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.